God says, I'm tired of trying to talk to you. Something very shocking will happen to you tonight. It's very important for you to listen this now before it vanishes in 35 seconds. Don't ignore. You have no idea how close this moment is to a breaking point. Something in your life is standing right on the edge of a divine shift, and heaven has been trying to reach you. God is not speaking from anger. He is speaking from aching love. He is not distant. He is not silent. But the noise of fear, of pain, of distraction, of worry has been so loud that his whisper has been drowned. This is not just a passing message. This is a call from God himself to stop everything and listen. Because what is about to unfold in your life tonight can change everything if you hear it right now. If your heart feels that trembling and your spirit senses something shifting even now, type Amen to declare that you are ready to hear and receive. Before you hear what he is urgently saying, take a moment and tap like on this video as a way to say, God, I'm listening. Now lean in. Let your spirit hear what your heart has been too overwhelmed to notice. God says he is tired of trying to talk to you. He is tired not because he lacks patience or mercy, but because his heart has been reaching again and again while you kept putting other things above his voice. Every day you wake up and rush, scroll, stress, and run, but how many mornings has he waited with open arms for you to look up? His voice has come through closed doors, aching nights, unexpected delays, and sudden moments of quiet, but you called it coincidence or ignored it because life felt too full, too hard, or too fast. You have no idea how much he has protected you from behind the scenes. How many battles he fought while you slept. How many storms he silenced so you could walk in peace without even knowing. But now, something shocking is about to happen, and this time you must not miss it. He is not warning you to scare you. He is waking you to prepare you. What happens tonight may shake your world, but it will not destroy you if you remember what you are hearing right now. You were never forgotten, never abandoned, never too far gone. But he is saying this with urgency because the time for delay is over. There is something coming to break cycles that have held you for years. But if you do not open your heart now, you may sleep through the sound of heaven knocking at your door. His mercy is so deep that he has kept knocking, even while your heart was numb. His love is so wide that he kept speaking through pain, disappointment, and closed windows. But your ears have been closed, and now he needs to speak in a louder way. You have asked for signs but ignored the silence that followed. You wanted breakthroughs but rejected the breaking that was meant to set you free. You cried for healing but rushed away from the stillness where healing begins. And now he is saying, this is not another word to scroll past. This is not another moment to feel inspired and then forget. This is the line drawn in the sand. Something shocking is about to be revealed in your life, not to harm you, but to awaken you. Do not fear the shaking that comes tonight. Do not fear if things fall apart, because what falls is only what could not stay in the presence of God's truth. You are being shifted. You are being pulled out of dry places, secret compromises, and silent wounds. You have been surviving in a place where you were called to flourish, and heaven can no longer stay silent. The Spirit of God has cried over your sleep. He has waited through your numbness. But tonight, the waiting ends. He is coming to shake you awake. This moment is heaven interrupting the noise before it's too late. Comment 1111 if you believe that God is speaking to your soul even now. You may feel overwhelmed by life, but the presence of God has never left your side. He is not tired of you. He is tired of talking while you walk away. He is tired of whispering love while you answer fear. He is tired of wrapping you in grace while you run into worry. He is tired of filling your life with daily mercies while you keep telling yourself you are alone. Not because he stops loving, but because His love wants more for you than just survival. His love wants you fully alive. This is not just about a miracle tonight. This is about surrender. This is about obedience. This is about you hearing God and finally answering back with your life, not just your lips. You were not made to run through life chasing peace while ignoring the Prince of Peace. You were made to walk with God like a child held in strong arms, like a heart carried through fire without being burned. You are not being punished. You are being pursued. But pursuit cannot continue where doors stay locked. God will not force Himself in, but He will shake what needs to fall, so you wake up and let Him in. This is that shaking. Tonight will be a night where some things may collapse, but in that collapse you will find the clarity to hear Him again. He will not leave you broken. He will rebuild what truly belongs in your life. And everything that does not belong will finally be gone. Do not panic if confusion rises. Do not fear if some people turn away. Do not worry if the ground feels uncertain. God is not removing your foundation. He is revealing what your foundation was built on. And where it was built on fear, or people, or things that cannot last, He will replace it with Himself. His presence will become your safe place. His Spirit will become your strength. His word will become the lamp when everything else fades. What if 7 seconds is all it takes to flip your financial fate? A shocking CIA leak just exposed a hidden brain ritual, helping ordinary people erase debt and pull in massive wealth. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning struggle into luxury fast. But this page could be erased any moment. Click the link in the first comment now before it's gone forever. You didn't make it through because you were strong. You made it because you were chosen. You made it because there's a calling over your life, so deep that even your weakest moments couldn't cancel it. There is a reason God is speaking so clearly right now. It's because time is shifting. Your season is changing. What once delayed you is now about to be removed. What once confused you is now being cleared up by divine hands that see what you cannot see. He is not just watching over you. He is fighting for you. He is cutting off things that were slowly stealing your peace. He is separating you from what would have poisoned your future. He is shaking the ground not to scare you, but to pull you away from what would have destroyed you if you stayed there too long. This is why it feels like everything familiar is breaking, like everything you thought you needed is being pulled out of your hands. He is not being cruel. He is being holy. And He is preparing you for something that cannot coexist with where you've been. You were made for more than just making it through the day. You were made for a life where peace is not just temporary, where love is not just fleeting, and where joy doesn't vanish as soon as circumstances shift. You were made to carry the light of heaven in dark places. You were made to walk through fire and come out untouched, not because you avoided pain, but because God stood with you in the middle of it. And right now, He is getting your attention because He is about to lead you into that life. If anything inside of you feels the heaviness lifting as these words reach you, that is the Holy Spirit breathing over you again. That is the presence of God stirring your heart, reminding you of who you are. You are not forgotten. You are not cast aside. You are not invisible. You are not too late. You are not beyond help. You are not the sum of your failures or the reflection of people who walked away. You are deeply seen by the one who made you, and you are being pulled back into alignment with the truth about who He says you are. Comment 222 if you trust that God is pulling you out of what tried to bury you. This moment matters more than you know. This is not a coincidence. It's not a random moment where you stumbled across these words. This is heaven's timing. This is the hour where your eyes begin to open again. The enemy tried to close your ears with fear and fill your heart with noise, but God is now cutting through the fog. The Lord is tired of trying to talk through distractions. So He's bringing silence where you kept filling space with worry. He's removing people who always pulled you back into fear. He's making you uncomfortable in places where you settled too long. And though it feels like loss, what's really happening is deliverance. He knows what you've been afraid to admit. He knows the weight you've been carrying quietly. He knows how long you've been pretending to be okay while your soul was exhausted. He knows the nights you cried and wiped your face before anyone could see. He knows what you've been trying to forget but still feel every day. And He's not condemning you. He's not turning away. He's stepping in. He is coming to rescue you from cycles that you thought would never end. He is lifting you out of the pain that made you believe you were too broken to ever feel joy again. He is healing you from the voices that told you your best days were behind you. He is rewriting your story from the parts where you thought it would end. He is resurrecting the dreams you buried under disappointment. This is not just a season of breakthrough. This is a season of resurrection. The very things that were designed to crush you will now be used as proof of God's hand over your life. What you went through was not for nothing. What hurt you will now be the platform where healing flows through you to others. The same valley that made you weep will now be the place where you see rivers spring up from dry ground. God is going to use your wounds to water someone else's healing. You will not just survive. You will be a living testimony that grace wins. You're stepping into the kind of peace that doesn't leave when people do. You're entering a level of favor that isn't tied to your performance. You're being wrapped in protection that keeps you steady even when the world around you feels unstable. What used to shake you will now be the very thing that confirms God is standing beside you. You will not collapse. You will not be overcome. You will not be lost in the storm. The same voice that said, "Let there be light," is now speaking into your life, and nothing will remain in the dark. This is not the end for you. This is the beginning of a deeper intimacy with God, a place where you don't just know about Him, but you walk with Him. A life where miracles aren't rare, where peace isn't distant, where breakthrough is your normal. You were born for more than just enduring life. You were created to carry heaven's glory right in the middle of a broken world. And now, God is reaching through your noise, through your pain, through your delay, and He is saying, "Come back to me." The time is now, the shift is here, and you are not late. You're right on time for the divine interruption that will change the way you hear His voice, the way you walk through trouble, and the way you carry His love. Nothing was wasted. Not the waiting, not the tears, the pain, the detours, the long nights, the silence, the confusion. All of it has been seen and held by the hands of a God who has never once lost sight of you. Even when you wandered, even when you resisted, even when you thought He had gone quiet, He was still writing your name into every chapter of His grace. People are asking why money is suddenly flowing into random lives. A leaked CIA discovery reveals a 7-second brain ritual that quietly rewires your mind for wealth. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, people are wiping out debt and stepping into luxury with ease. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. There is a sound in the spirit, and it is the sound of chains breaking, the sound of cycles ending, the sound of shame being silenced and old guilt being washed away. There is a shift in the air, and it is not coming, it has already begun. You can feel it deep in your spirit, like a gentle push, a stirring, a trembling that says God is here and He is not waiting anymore. This is the moment where you begin to see what has been happening behind the scenes all along. You thought you were delayed, but you were actually being hidden. You thought things were falling apart, but they were really being rearranged for your protection. What didn't work out wasn't a failure, it was a rescue. What didn't stay wasn't a loss, it was God's kindness. What you cried over wasn't a curse, it was a redirection. The shaking wasn't punishment. It was the voice of God pulling you away from what would have broken you if you had stayed too long. God has been trying to talk to you, not because He wants more from you, but because He wants more for you. He has seen the silent tears. He has felt the pressure on your chest at night when you lie awake wondering how it will all come together. He has counted the moments you felt alone in a crowded room, the moments you smiled on the outside while feeling like you were drowning inside. And He has not turned His face away. He has not become distant. His heart has only leaned in closer. Comment 333 to declare your faith in the shift that is happening in your life right now. There are times when God whispers, but there are times like now when He speaks so loudly through the winds of change that nothing remains untouched. You are in one of those times. What you feel slipping away is not being stolen from you. It is being removed by heaven's hands so that you can finally breathe again. You will not suffocate under what was never meant for you. You will not stay tied to what your spirit has outgrown. The breaking is not here to bury you. It is here to uncover you. God is uncovering your strength. He is revealing your identity. He is awakening your boldness. The enemy tried to convince you that you were too weak, too late, too broken to be used by God again. But your story is about to expose every lie. You are not behind. You are not damaged. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. And there is an anointing on your life that cannot be undone by what you went through. In fact, what you survived only proves how powerful God's hand has been over you. You are stepping into divine recovery. Everything that tried to break you will become the very thing that reveals how fiercely you were protected. What the enemy meant for harm will now be the testimony that brings healing to others. You will no longer carry the weight of trying to figure everything out. You will walk in the freedom of knowing that God has already made the way. This is not about striving. It's about surrender. You don't have to force open doors. He is opening the ones that no man can shut. You've been tired, not because you are weak, but because you have been fighting battles in your own strength. Now God is stepping in. He is reminding you that this was never about how strong you are, but about how surrendered you are willing to be. You do not need to have all the answers. You just need to be available. He is not looking for perfection. He is looking for your yes. And once you say yes, even through tears, even in confusion, even in fear, heaven moves on your behalf. You will see things shift in your life that you thought were impossible. You will witness the supernatural in ways that go beyond logic. There will be favor in places you were once rejected. There will be peace in rooms that once echoed with tension. There will be healing in the places you never thought could feel whole again. There will be restoration that makes no sense to those who saw you at your lowest. But it will be undeniable that God did it. Not luck, not timing, not people, only God. He is aligning things so quickly that the same places you cried in will be the places you dance in. The same doors that were locked will now swing wide open. The same delays that made you question your worth will become the stage where His promises unfold. This is not hype. This is holy. This is not a temporary high. This is the deep, steady move of the Spirit preparing you for the life you were always meant to live. This is the moment when God says, no more running, no more numbing, no more pretending. He is calling you back to the place where you first believed. Not to shame you, but to remind you of the fire that once burned so deeply in your soul. He is reigniting what life tried to put out. You will dream again. You will worship again. You will love deeply again. You will believe again. Not just with your lips, but with your whole life. Everything around you may not look different yet, but everything inside of you is already changing. That's where it begins. not in the outside, not in the circumstances, but in the heart. And God is doing a heart surgery in the quiet. He is going into places you buried. He is reaching into wounds you hid. He is not afraid of your mess. He is not discouraged by your doubts. He is healing you even now, not because you earned it, but because you are His. Why is everyone rushing to this 7-second brain ritual? Leaked CIA files exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the door to wealth fast. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, it's turning financial stress into abundance almost overnight. But this secret won't stay public for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it's deleted forever. This is not the kind of message you listen to and move on from. This is the kind that sits in your bones, that stirs your spirit in the night, that echoes in your thoughts when the world gets quiet. Because it is not just words. It is God's voice reaching into the deep places, reminding you of His covenant, of His love, of His protection that never left you. You're not returning to what used to be. You are stepping into something brand new. You're not circling back to what hurt you. You're moving into a space where healing breathes, where hope wakes up again, where the voice of God becomes louder than the voices that used to crush you. There is a holy interruption happening in your life. What seemed like a delay has been heaven's protection. What felt like confusion is being turned into clarity. Every time you thought God had stopped working, He was actually digging deeper into your foundation, removing what was unstable so He could build something that would last forever. You didn't see it then, but now your heart is beginning to recognize the fingerprints of God on every closed door, every lost connection, every silence that once felt like abandonment. You were never abandoned. You were being held. God never turned His face from you. In fact, He leaned closer when you couldn't hear Him. He waited longer when you pulled away. He whispered louder. When your pain tried to convince you that you were alone, He stayed when others left. He stayed through your doubts, through your silence, through your mistakes. He stayed, and He's still staying. His presence never leaves the ones He loves, and you are deeply loved, beyond anything you've ever imagined. Comment 555 if you know deep inside that God is speaking to you in this moment. Heaven is not distant. Heaven is not quiet. God is not up there watching you fall apart. He is here, right here, in the room where you sit, in the breath you just took, in the heartbeat that kept going even when your spirit felt like giving up. You are not fighting through this life alone. The King of Glory has assigned angels to surround you. He has written your name into His plans, and no force of darkness can erase what He has declared over your future. Do not be afraid if you feel a stirring inside you. Do not fear if things start to shift in your surroundings. This is what it looks like when God begins to turn your story around. This is what happens when divine alignment begins. People may leave, things may fall apart, you may feel exposed, but this is not destruction, this is revelation. What you didn't see before is being shown to you now. What was hidden is being brought into the light, not to shame you but to set you free. The presence of God will never expose what He doesn't intend to heal. He doesn't bring things to the surface to hurt you. He brings them to the surface to heal what you've carried far too long. You've been carrying grief you never had words for. You've been holding on to pain you never had permission to feel. You've been carrying the weight of disappointment that you tried to hide even from yourself. And now God is saying, no more pretending, no more hiding. This is your time to be free. He is reaching into places within you that you forgot existed. He is putting His hand over old wounds that you thought had healed, but still bleed when life presses too hard. He is reminding you that true healing isn't pretending it doesn't hurt. True healing is letting Him sit with you in the pain, letting Him wash over you with truth that breaks every lie the enemy told you. lies that said you weren't enough, lies that said you were too broken, lies that said your future was over. Every one of those lies is being silenced by the voice of your Creator. You are enough because He is in you. You are whole because His Spirit dwells within you. You are called because He chose you before you ever made a mistake. You are not defined by what others did to you. You are not defined by the years you lost. You are not defined by what didn't work out. You are defined by the one who formed you in the secret place and called you His own. And when God claims you, no one else's opinion can revoke that identity. The pain you went through is being redeemed. Every scar will now carry glory. Every loss is making room for what is better. Every tear you cried has been collected. Not one moment of your suffering has gone unnoticed by heaven. Not one prayer has been ignored. Not one cry has been in vain. The Lord heard them all. And though His answer may not have looked the way you expected, what He is doing now will make it clear why the waiting was so long, why the process was so deep, and why the shaking had to happen. There is a greater glory being revealed in your life. Not just for you to feel better, but for others to see what it looks like when God restores what was broken. You are not just being blessed. You are being established, rooted, anchored in something that cannot be moved. And when others look at you, they won't see just survival. They'll see resurrection. They'll see joy that doesn't make sense. They'll see peace that surpasses understanding. They'll see love that overflows from a place no human could have filled. You were always meant to be a carrier of God's presence. That's why the enemy fought you so hard. That's why you felt so much pressure. That's why the heaviness tried to cling to you. Because there is oil on your life. There is a light within you that hell couldn't extinguish. There is a future ahead of you that cannot be cancelled by the pain behind you. And now, heaven is putting things back into motion. This is your moment to rise. Don't look around to see if others believe it. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't hesitate because of your past. God is already ahead of you. He is already working in rooms you haven't walked into yet. He is already softening hearts that you once thought were closed. He is already releasing favor that your name is written on. All He needs now is your surrender. Not perfection, just surrender. Just a yes that comes from deep within your soul. Just a willingness to say, God, whatever it takes, I am ready. Is this the same CIA brain ritual changing lives in seconds? A new leak reveals a powerful 7-second technique developed under secret research. Backed by neuroscience, people are moving from debt to wealth and luxury faster than believed possible. But this secret may be deleted soon. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. You have not missed your moment. You have not failed beyond repair. Heaven has not disqualified you. In fact, this season was allowed because God trusted you to survive what others would have collapsed under. And now that the trial is ending, the reward will not just be restoration, it will be overflow. You are stepping into the kind of peace that can only come after the storm. Not just because the winds are dying down, but because God is speaking peace directly to your soul. You've been in the fire, and you didn't burn. You've been in the flood, and you didn't drown. You've been stretched, pressed, shaken, and tested, but you're still here. That is not by chance. That is the hand of God keeping you through every season, even when you felt like letting go. You were held. You were covered. You were sustained by something far greater than your own strength. Comment 1212 if you believe God has been holding you through every step of the journey. There is power in your survival. You didn't come through this for nothing. The battle was not just about pain, it was about preparation. Every tear trained you, every delay refined you, every closed door protected you. You are not coming out of this empty. You are coming out wiser, stronger, more discerning, more surrendered, And most of all, you are coming out closer to the one who never left you for a moment. God is not finished with you. The enemy tried to make you believe that this was the end of the road, that your best days were already behind you. But God is declaring over you right now that the best is still to come. There is still oil in your vessel. There is still fire in your bones. There is still purpose waking up inside you. You are not too old, too broken, too late, or too far gone. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead is working in you right now. That power is restoring your joy, healing your heart, and preparing you for what eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. There are places God is about to take you that you didn't even know to pray for. There are doors opening that have been locked until the exact time of release. That time is now. You will begin to see divine connections fall into place. You will feel the weight lift off your shoulders. You will look back and understand why you had to walk through what you walked through. Nothing will be wasted. Not one moment of pain. Not one season of isolation. Not one hard night. It will all be used to display the faithfulness of your Father. You are not stepping forward alone. You are surrounded by grace. You are surrounded by angels. You are surrounded by promises that have not expired. You are surrounded by the love of God that cannot be measured. This love does not grow weary. This love does not retreat. This love does not hesitate. It covers you when you fall. It pursues you when you run. It restores you when you feel like you've lost too much. This is the love that brings you back, again and again, until you finally rest in the truth of who you are. You don't have to keep trying to earn your way back to God. He's never left you. You don't have to fix everything before He can use you. He uses the broken to reveal His power. You don't have to explain your past to Him. He saw it all, and He stayed. You don't have to be strong on your own. His strength is made perfect in your weakness. Let go of the shame. Let go of the pressure. Let go of the fear that says you're not enough. You were chosen long before you ever got it right. You are chosen still. What's coming is going to feel unfamiliar at first, because you've been living in survival for so long that peace might feel strange. You've been in battle so long that rest might feel uncomfortable. You've been in fear so long that trust might feel risky. But God is gently leading you into a new space, a space of healing, a space of overflow, a space of peace. And even if your surroundings don't change overnight, your spirit is already entering a new season. You are stepping out of heaviness and into freedom. The chains that held you so tightly are being broken without your effort. The fear that followed you into every room is being silenced. The anxiety that robbed you of sleep is being replaced with deep, holy rest. You will rest again. Not because everything is perfect, but because you know who is in control. You will rise again. Not because you figured it all out, but because you placed your trust in the one who already has. You will smile again, not the surface kind, but the kind that flows from peace within. God is about to show you why it had to be this way. He is about to bring clarity to the confusion. He is about to turn your mourning into dancing, your sorrow into joy, your wilderness into a garden. What felt like an ending was really a beginning. What looked like loss was really a setup. What felt like silence was preparation for a sound so beautiful it would shake the heavens. Do not give up now. You are closer than ever to the promise. There is something growing in you that is greater than the pain that tried to bury you. There is something rising in your spirit that is louder than the voices that tried to define you. You are being crowned with favor. You are being restored in places you didn't even know were broken. You are being realigned with heaven's rhythm. And nothing can stop what God is doing next in your life. Stay with this. There is more coming. Each word is an invitation to go deeper, to trust further, to receive fully. This is not hype. This is holy ground. You are not here by chance. You are here because God has chosen this moment to reach into your heart, to speak directly to the places that have been waiting too long for healing. And healing is happening now. You may not feel it all at once, but it's happening quietly, deeply, permanently. Do you know why people keep whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A leaked brainwave method is spreading quietly and changing financial realities worldwide. Proven by neuroscience, this simple ritual attracts money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're so lucky. Click the link in the comments before it's taken down. He felt every trembling heartbeat. And now he is doing something in your life that no human hand can explain and no force of darkness can block. He's taking what the enemy used to try and bury you and turning it into the very foundation you'll rise from. The shift is already happening. It's not coming later. It's not waiting for better timing. It's already begun, deep in your spirit. You've felt it, a soft pull, a sudden stillness, an unexpected peace in the middle of confusion. That's not your mind playing tricks. That's the Spirit of God moving in. That's heaven whispering, it's time. Time to release what's been draining you. Time to lay down what you were never meant to carry. Time to stop fighting battles that were never yours to fight alone. Comment 777. If you can feel something awakening in your spirit right now, you've held on for so long. You've carried burdens with a strength that few could ever understand. But God never intended for you to carry all of it. He never designed you to walk through this life trying to be your own shelter, your own healer, your own provider. That weight was never yours. He's been waiting for the moment you finally let it go. Not out of exhaustion, but out of trust. Trust that He is still the God who provides, the God who heals, the God who restores what was lost and gives more than you ever imagined. Let Him take it. Let Him into the places you've kept locked for so long, the wounds you covered because showing them made you feel weak, the questions you buried because no one had answers, the anger you hid because you thought God would be disappointed. He isn't. He's not shocked by your struggle. He's not distant from your pain. He is the closest He's ever been, right here, reaching into the heart of you, not just the version you show the world, but the one you protect in silence. This is not a surface-level move of God. This is deep, lasting healing. He's rebuilding what life tried to destroy. He's restoring your heart where it was torn. He's pouring His Spirit into places that were dry for too long. You will not go back to numbness. You will not live in survival mode anymore. You will not keep replaying the same stories that hurt you. Those chapters are closing. Those doors are shutting. A new thing is beginning, and you don't have to force it. You just have to say yes to it. You may feel unqualified. You may feel unprepared. But that's always how it starts. The ones God calls never feel ready, because He's not looking for the polished. He's looking for the willing. He's looking for the ones who are just tired enough of the old life to finally surrender to the new one He's offering. He's not asking you to fix everything. He's asking you to hand it over. And when you do, you'll see what He's been waiting to release into your life. He's about to pour out blessings that have been held in place until this very moment, not just physical blessings, but spiritual ones. The kind that anchor your soul. The kind that carry you when the world feels unstable. You're going to walk in a peace that can't be explained. You're going to laugh again from a place so deep that even you will wonder how joy found you in the middle of all this. You're going to sleep without fear, wake up without dread, and walk through your days with confidence that God is with you, fully, completely, faithfully. Don't look back. Don't try to resurrect what God already buried. Don't go chasing what left you, what drained you, what never loved you the way He does. Let those things stay gone. Let them fall. What's ahead is too precious to be delayed by what's behind. You have no idea what's waiting on the other side of your yes. You have no idea how many lives will be changed because you decided to surrender right now. It's not just about your healing. It's about the healing that will overflow from you into others. God is making you a living example of His mercy. You're going to walk into rooms and carry something different. Not because you're perfect, but because you're marked, you're covered. You've been in the presence of the one who changes everything. And it will show not in what you say, but in how you love, in how you forgive, in how you stand firm when the winds blow, in how you carry peace like a shield over your life. You are becoming someone new, not because you tried harder, but because you let go. You stop trying to fix what only God can heal. You stop trying to control what only He can guide. And now, as you step into this next season, nothing will look the same. Even the places that once triggered pain will now be where praise rises. Even the memories that once crushed you will now remind you of the God who never let go. There is still so much more ahead. Do not settle here. Do not get comfortable in almost healed. Do not build your life around brokenness. When God has called you into freedom, let Him finish what He started. Let Him bring beauty from the ruins. Let Him do what only He can do. You'll never regret the moment you said, "God, I give you everything." So breathe. Let the fear fall off your shoulders. Let the anxiety leave your chest. Let the lies that haunted you lose their grip. You are safe now. Not because life got easier, but because you finally handed your life to the one who knows exactly what to do with it. You are safe in His hands, held in His arms, guarded by His promises, surrounded by His angels, loved by His heart. Why was this 7-second brain ritual hidden for so long? A leaked CIA document exposed a technique so powerful people are canceling debt and calling in wealth within days. Validated by 4 neuroscience labs, it helps attract money like never before. But this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it disappears forever. And as you stay open to His voice, He will keep speaking, not just to guide you, but to remind you who you are. To remind you that you are enough, that you are chosen, that you are strong through Him. He has not brought you this far to leave you. The way you react when life gets loud will change. The way your heart anchors itself will no longer depend on people or plans. It will be rooted in something eternal. It will be rooted in Him. What once made you collapse will now make you rise. What once drained you will now be the very thing that drives you deeper into His presence. There are places in your life that have been silent for a long time. Dreams you laid to rest, hopes you stopped mentioning, prayers you whispered but stopped believing would ever be answered. But God never stopped listening. Those silent places are being visited by the Holy Spirit even now. Where you saw a grave, He sees a garden. Where you gave up, He's just getting started. The breath of God is moving over the dry places, and something you thought was dead is about to come back to life. Comment 999 if you believe He is restoring life to something you thought was over. You may feel tired right now, and that's okay. Even the strongest get weary. But weariness is not defeat. It's just a signal that your soul is longing for the kind of rest only God gives. You don't need another distraction. You don't need to push through. You need to let Him in. He is not demanding your energy. He is offering you His. He is not waiting for you to impress Him. He is ready to renew you. Lay your head down in His peace. Release your control. There's nothing you're holding on to that's safer in your hands than it is in His. He sees the weight you've been carrying in silence, the battles you fight in your mind, the pressure to stay strong when everything inside is trembling. He knows how hard it's been to trust again, to hope again, to believe that things can really change. And still, he's right here, patient, gentle, unmoving. He hasn't walked away. Even when you doubted, he stayed. Even when you closed off your heart, he never left. His faithfulness is not based on your consistency. It's rooted in his covenant, and that covenant cannot be broken. Everything that felt like the end is now being redefined as a beginning. You will not just see change, you will feel rebirth. There is something holy being born inside of you, a deeper faith, a quieter strength, a peace that doesn't need everything to make sense in order to stay firm. The things that used to shake you will no longer have power over you, because now your eyes are fixed on the one who holds the wind and the waves in the palm of his hand, and he is holding you the same way. God is going to give you evidence that you're not alone. He's going to confirm that this is not your imagination, that this shift is not just emotion or a moment. This is heaven's response to years of cries, years of surrender, years of staying when you wanted to run. He will make it known that he has seen you, that he has been with you, that he has been planning your redemption long before the first tear ever fell. You will not walk into this next season questioning your worth. You will walk in knowing you are covered in favor. Doors will open that no one can explain. Not because you chased them, but because you stayed faithful in the quiet. There is a blessing that finds you when you stop striving and start trusting. God is releasing things into your life that could never be earned, only received. This is not a reward for performance. It's a result of intimacy. He's not blessing you because you got it all right. He's blessing you because you stayed near, because you leaned in, even when your faith felt weak. You are not going back. Not to that mindset, not to that fear, not to that old identity. That version of you doesn't exist anymore. What God is doing now is rewriting your inner language. He is restoring your self-image. He is removing the lies you believed so long you thought they were truth. You are not invisible. You are not too broken. You are not forgotten. You are not a burden. You are not a mistake. You are not the one who always messes things up. You are loved. You are seen. You are chosen. You are held. This new season will be marked by clarity. Where there was once fog, you will now see clearly. The decisions that once overwhelmed you will feel simple. The voices that once confused you will go quiet. The tension that lived in your chest will finally begin to lift. This clarity is not something you have to chase. It comes from staying in the presence of the one who knows the end from the beginning. He is not confused about your future. He has already written it with love and precision. You are walking into divine timing. You will begin to see why things had to take so long. You'll see why the doors didn't open sooner, why the healing took longer than you thought it should, why some people walked away before you were ready to let go. It all had a purpose. You weren't being punished, you were being positioned. And now, everything is aligning, not in your time, but in God's, not in your way, but in the best possible way, because He knows what you truly need, and He's not just giving you temporary fixes, He's giving you lasting freedom. You will rise from this with a testimony that stuns even you. You'll see how the worst season of your life became the birthplace of the best version of you, not because you did everything right, but because you let God walk with you through it all. And now, the joy you're stepping into will not be fragile. It will be strong. It will be full. It will not depend on circumstances. It will flow from within, where the Spirit of the Lord has taken up residence. Hold on to that. Don't look at what's missing. Don't focus on what hasn't happened yet. Keep your eyes on Him. Keep your heart soft. Keep your hands open. The God who called you is faithful. He will do everything He promised. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that flips lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth brainwaves. People are stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for very long. Click the link in the comments before it's deleted. He threw storms, confusion, betrayal, distraction, fear, and delays. But none of it worked. Because what God has spoken over your life is stronger than every storm. What God has destined for you cannot be undone by darkness. You are still here, still breathing, still reading, because grace refused to let go of you. You need to know this. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too far to be redeemed. You are not disqualified by what you didn't see coming. God's mercy reaches deeper than your mistakes. His love heals faster than time. He is not pacing in heaven wondering what to do with you. He is holding every piece of your life in His sovereign hands, rebuilding you quietly, shaping you gently, preparing you silently for a future so holy that if He showed it to you all at once, it would overwhelm you. Comment 1010 if you believe your future is already in God's hands. There is a shift happening, not outside of you, but inside. A shift in the way your heart responds to pressure. A shift in the way your spirit rises when the world tries to press it down. A shift in the way you recognize what is real and what is not. You are seeing more clearly now, not because everything around you changed, but because God removed the veil from your eyes. What used to scare you no longer has the same power. What used to confuse you now looks smaller in the presence of truth. God has been preparing you in ways you didn't even understand. Every delay, every setback, every disappointment was a holy tool in His hands to carve out the kind of strength that doesn't waver. He allowed some doors to stay closed, not to punish you, but to protect you from what would have drained your soul. He allowed some people to leave not because you weren't worthy of love, but because you were worthy of peace. He didn't let you have what you thought you wanted, because what He's about to give you is better than you imagined. You will look back and realize that nothing was wasted. Every painful season will become the soil where joy takes root. Every lonely night will turn into a testimony of intimacy with God that cannot be shaken. Every time you kept going when no one saw it will become the very thing that builds your legacy. You are not being overlooked. You are being anointed in private for something that will be revealed in public. But this is not about recognition. This is about reflection, about carrying the image of God so clearly that others encounter Him just by being near you. There is something so powerful being birthed through your surrender. Not through your effort, not through your striving, not through your performance, through your surrender. When you stop running, when you let go, when you sit in the silence and say, God, I trust you anyway. That's where the breakthrough happens. That's where miracles begin. That's where you feel the weight lift off your chest. That's where your spirit finally finds rest. You will no longer live beneath the weight of expectations that God never put on you. You will no longer carry the pressure to prove your worth to people who never truly saw you. You will no longer tie your identity to what you do or how well you do it. You are not your productivity. You are not your past. You are not your performance. You are a child of God. You are His. And that is enough. That has always been enough. There's a wind of renewal blowing over your life. It's soft, but it's steady. You may not see it yet, but you can feel it. You're waking up with a little more hope than yesterday. You're hearing God's voice a little more clearly. You're letting go of things you used to cling to for comfort. That's not weakness. That's maturity. That's growth. That's the fruit of what God has been doing in secret. Don't despise small beginnings. Don't ignore the tiny signs of transformation. That's where the most lasting change begins. There will come a moment soon when everything you've walked through will make sense. When the puzzle pieces come together. When the silence is broken with sudden answers. When the tears you cried begin to water the harvest that you thought you'd never see. God is not just the God of someday. He is the God of now. And He is moving in your life even as you read these words. You may not feel it fully yet, but the shift is already in motion. This isn't the end of the story. This is the turning point. The moment where the pain starts working for your good. The moment where the silence starts echoing with revelation. The moment where confusion turns into clarity and sorrow turns into joy. You've been faithful in the little, and now He is about to trust you with much. Not because you earned it, but because you endured. Not because you performed, but because you stayed. You didn't walk away, even when it felt like nothing was working. And that kind of faith touches heaven. Heaven responds to the one who doesn't give up. Heaven releases blessing to the one who keeps showing up, even when their heart is breaking. Heaven rewards the ones who worship with tears still on their face. And that is you. You didn't give up. You didn't quit. And now, breakthrough is coming not just for what you need, but for what you never dared to ask for. God is going beyond your prayers. He's answering the cries you couldn't even put into words. Let Him keep working. Don't rush this. Don't push the process. Let Him move at His pace. His timing is perfect, and you are right on schedule for something greater than you can see right now. He is not late, He is not early, He is exact, He is precise. And when He moves, it will be undeniable that it was His hand that brought it all together. Stay in this place of surrender. Let this be the season where you fall in love with God all over again, not because of what He gives, but because of who He is. Let this be the moment where your heart softens, where your fears fade, where your soul finally breathes again. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. This is the place where trust begins to outweigh trauma, where His promises start to sound louder than the pain you've carried, and where peace becomes your new rhythm. You've lived long enough holding your breath, waiting for things to fall apart again. But God is declaring over you now that the breaking season is over, and the rebuilding has already begun. It may not look like what you expected. It may not be loud or dramatic, but this restoration is deeper than what the eyes can see. God is working in the unseen corners of your life, healing things that never had words, fixing what was broken before you even understood it was wounded. He is restoring confidence where you've been second-guessing everything. He is calming your spirit where anxiety used to live. He is planting roots where you've only known instability. Comment 1515 if you believe God is planting something permanent in your life. There is power in the quiet moments where your heart says yes to Him again. It doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be perfect. But heaven hears it. That simple surrender is the key to the doors you've been knocking on for years. You thought you had to fight harder, prove more, be better, but all God ever wanted was your yes. And now that you've come to the end of yourself, now that your strength has run out, you're finally ready for the kind of glory that only shows up in surrender. You've outgrown the places where you once settled. That's why you've been feeling uncomfortable, out of place, disconnected. It's not because something is wrong with you. It's because God is calling you higher. You can't fit in rooms He's called you to walk out of. You can't stay connected to what drains you and expect to feel alive. He is pruning things, not to punish you, but to prepare you. You are being positioned for fruitfulness, and sometimes that means being set apart before the promise becomes visible. Let Him pull you away from what was never meant to stay. Let Him strip off the false labels. Let Him remove the noise that always made it hard to hear Him clearly. You've been asking for clarity, and this is how it comes, not with more noise but with less, not with more opinions but with silence. In that stillness, you'll recognize His voice again, the voice that has always known your name, the voice that doesn't rush you, the voice that leads you with kindness, not fear. God is not angry with you. He's not disappointed. He's not shaking His head in frustration. He's kneeling beside you, still. He's waiting for your heart to come close again. He's wiping away the shame that kept you from lifting your eyes. He's reminding you that love was never about earning, it was about abiding. And now, He's teaching you how to dwell, how to stay, how to rest in the truth that He's not going anywhere. You don't have to beg God to bless you. He's already chosen you. His hand has been on you from the very beginning. The reason the battle has been so intense is because the calling is so heavy. You're not being crushed, you're being refined. You're not being destroyed, you're being strengthened. Everything the enemy used to try and stop you is now going to be used to launch you. Every moment that made you question your worth is going to prove just how deeply you were favored. This favor isn't flashy. It doesn't need an audience. It shows up in the quiet peace that settles over you when nothing around you makes sense. It shows up in the small wins that no one else sees. It shows up in the courage to get back up again when quitting felt easier. This is the kind of favor that turns mourning into dancing, not because the pain disappeared, but because God turned it into purpose. You're not just moving forward, you're moving forward with authority. You're walking in rooms carrying something new. The oil on your life has increased. The fire in your spirit is stronger. The wounds that once bled now shine with healing. You've been through too much to stay silent now. Your story matters, your survival matters, and the anointing that has been cultivated in your wilderness will be what others cling to in theirs. There are people waiting on the other side of your obedience. People who will encounter God because you chose to rise when everything tried to bury you. You may not see it yet, but your journey is unlocking freedom for others. Your tears have been watering someone else's breakthrough. Your surrender is opening doors you didn't even knock on. This is bigger than you, but it still includes every single part of you. You are not forgotten in the process. You are not overlooked in the plan. You are not invisible to the one who holds all things together. He is watching over you with eyes of mercy, protecting what you can't see, removing what you didn't know was hurting you. And as He works, your job is not to understand, it's to trust. Trust when it's slow. Trust when it's quiet. Trust when it feels like nothing is happening, because even then, He is working all things together for your good. This good isn't shallow. It's not temporary. It's eternal. It's the kind of good that transforms your heart from the inside out. It doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes you. It teaches you how to love deeper, how to walk with grace, how to stand in peace, how to live in joy, not because everything is perfect, but because God is present.